Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I have a couple stories to go over, plus a big one here. My buddy's app is now live on the App Store. It's called Chromatic Color Puzzles. I promoted it once before. You guys should go download it now because, it's live on the App Store. It's no longer a pre-order. You guys can just go download it and play it right now. It's a lot of fun, so check it out. Links below. All right, now on to the songs of the day. There's actually two today. This one actually just came out. It's crazy. There's so much good music coming out, which is just bizarre, but hey, it's that time of the year. So K-Camp Clouds, really good song. It's got Wiz Khalifa, of course, in it. And there's no music video yet, but this is good nonetheless. Next up is Find You Again by Kevin Gates.
Beautiful creature, I know what you are. Pray no one else can control your heart. I hold it down, I was built for this part. Been away too long. I no longer know who you are.
Basically everything on this album is pure gold. He's just released this album, and this one was actually released on September 27th, but it's really good, so definitely check that one out. I think you guys will like it. All right, now yesterday's video is kind of funny because we mentioned the iPad Pro and also the iPad mini. Now, not a lot of other YouTubers had mentioned the iPad mini bit until after our video went live. It's kind of cool, but a couple of you guys seem really interested in it, so I wanted to shout you guys out. And guys, if you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. Yesterday's video, it was a banger. Tons of news about new products in there, and I think everyone's pretty excited just for this Apple event that's coming up in just under 6 days. All right, so the first story here is huge, and I'm very happy that GrayKey can no longer unlock any iPhone or iPad if you have iOS 12 or later. So if you guys put the newest OS, that is iOS 12, on your phone, law enforcement cannot use this box to break into your phone. So if they take it or whatever, they can't get in. Now, I'm sure this will get bypassed at some point because, it's a constant race between the cops and Apple and security and everything like that. Everything gets hacked eventually, but for now, you're safe if you are up to date. So I highly recommend that. I always recommend people to update. So yeah, this is really good news. Tim Cook definitely cares about people's privacy. He was just at an event earlier mentioning, basically calling out Google and Facebook and Instagram and all those companies, basically telling them to stop collecting people's data. And it's basically like surveillance, but people are willingly giving this information, their photos, all this stuff to these companies that they're using for surveillance. And Tim Cook's like, you guys got to stop it. Now, of course, at this point, it's the user's problem. So if you guys use, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Snapchat, all those things, you're basically getting data mined, and you already know it. It just depends if you care right now or if you care in the future. But anyways, I'm glad to see Tim Cook actually taking a step in the right direction here, calling out Google and everything, and also fixing this GrayKey issue because that is definitely something that looks good for Apple. All right, next up, in case you guys were wondering, there were over 300 one-of-a-kind Apple logos that were actually sent out. I know before we reported that there were maybe 30, but turns out there were a lot more than that. If you guys want to go through this, you can. There's some really cool ones in here, some really pretty ones. Just going through a few right now. But yeah, there were a ton of them if you guys want to go check it out. And people are like, why does Apple put so much, time and effort into this and not updating their products? I'm sure they're updating stuff in the background too, guys. But it is kind of crazy. Over 350 of those, whew, that's a lot of time and effort. All right, so this is pretty big news here. Apple has registered new Macs with the Eurasian Economic Commission, the EEC, this week, indicating that new models and refreshes could be just around the corner, aka next week. So the filings discovered by MySmartPrice and French website Mac are legally required for any devices with encryption sold in Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Russia. These are the model numbers if you guys care. Yeah, Apple is expected to introduce a new entry-level 13-inch MacBook at its October 30th event in New York City. The more affordable Mac would serve as a replacement for the MacBook Air. While details have been scanned out the rumored machine, it could turn out to belong to the 12-inch MacBook family. We're thinking it's going to be about $1,000, and the Mac Mini also hasn't had a refresh in 1,400 days. That is crazy. But we expect a refresh this month, aka in the next 6 days. And then iMacs also, and iPad Pro, and iPad Mini, Apple Pencil 2. A lot of good things coming this next week. So I'm super excited for this, guys. Hopefully you guys are too. I'm kind of staying out of all the Google Pixel 3 phone scandals, like with the microphone and everything, and the notch with the saggy tits look. But there's so many news stories coming up about that. I might just have to do that tomorrow if depending on the other news stories. I like to cover Apple stuff more on this channel. But yeah, I like to also keep you guys informed on everything else. So that's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.